Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mount Diablo Virtual College Fair. We are very excited to have you all join us tonight to learn from 6 different institutions. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see you or hear you. And this is also just one of the many sessions that are being hosted. So please be sure to check out the schedule and sign up for additional programming that's available to you. This presentation is being recorded and it will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. We're very excited that you're here, and I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters. Our first presentation tonight will be from Linfield University. Looks great, Peyton.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Peyton Smith, and I'm an admission counselor here at Linfield University. We were previously Linfield College, so you might know us as that, but we actually changed our name to Linfield University on July 1st of this year. We're still the same liberal arts university at heart. This just means that we now are offering graduate programs, so we're really excited about the change and looking forward to what our new branding brings. Linfield has 2 campuses, both located here in Northwest Oregon. Our main campus is in the town of McMinnville, and that's pictured here in the photo on the slide. McMinnville has about 34,000 residents, and it's pretty centrally located, so we're about an hour south of Portland and an hour from the Oregon coast, and then just a few hours from Mount Hood and the Cascade Mountains as well. We have about 1,400 students here on the McMinnville campus, an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and 85% of our classes have fewer than 25 students, so you're really going to get that nice one-on-one time with your professors. In terms of our student demographics, we've been ranked nationally 4 years in a row now as having the best ethnic diversity amongst liberal arts colleges in the Pacific Northwest. And we've also been ranked #1 for first-generation students in Oregon. So we're really proud of our diversity here on campus. And then geographically, we also draw from 19 different states and 19 different countries. So the majority of those are going to be right here on the West Coast, but we draw from elsewhere as well. So our McMinnville campus is home to one of our schools and a college. The first is the College of Arts and Sciences, and this is going to be home to 40 of our majors and 40 of our minors, so the majority of our academic programs. The most popular ones of those are listed here, some of which are psychology, education, and exercise science. The School of Business is also located here on the McMinnville campus. We have 7 majors and 4 minors within this school. But across the board, no matter what school or college you might be part of, students have until the end of sophomore year to declare their majors, so they have plenty of time to figure out what's going to be the right fit for them. We also have a School of Nursing, which is located on a separate campus up in Portland. Nursing has long been our most popular program here at Linfield, and we actually just purchased a new nursing campus over in Northeast Portland, so we're really excited to have a bit more space for labs and simulations up there. We have about 350 students on the Portland campus, and the really nice thing about our nursing program is that it's non-competitive for students to complete all 4 years here. So as a nursing student, you would do the first 2 years doing your prerequisite courses in McMinnville, and then you transfer up to Portland for those last 2 years to do your nursing specific courses and your clinical hours. So as a liberal arts institution, all of our students are going to complete what we call the Linfield curriculum. This is our general education requirement here at Linfield. You'll take 1 course from each of the areas listed on the slide. So this is really just about making sure that you get that nice breadth in your education and you're really getting kind of a broad exploration of all the different subject areas. In addition to being in the classroom itself, we're also really big on hands-on and experiential learning here at Linfield. More than 80% of our students will complete an internship or research at some point over the course of their 4 years. For some students, that hands-on learning, like I said, will be collaborative research with faculty members. So students are able to participate in collaborative research mostly during the summer. This past summer, we had a few projects happening here on campus, safely of course, and some of those are listed here on the slides, all across the disciplines from the arts to the social and natural sciences. Another really big experiential learning opportunity here at Linfield is study abroad. About 40% of our students will study abroad before they graduate. We offer semester-long programs for students of any major and year-long programs for language majors. And the cost of study abroad is roughly the same as being here on campus, so you're not paying anything more out of pocket to study abroad, which is really nice. And we also have a very unique opportunity to Linfield, our January term. That's our 4-week quarter between fall and spring semester. We offer different programs every year for study abroad. This year we're having the 3 listed on the slide. But just overall, across the board for all our study abroad programs, the really nice thing we do for our students here at Linfield is that we'll cover the cost of your round trip airfare. So that's money back in your pocket. Many of the events and activities here on campus are run by our student government, including our clubs, our intramural sports, and our outdoor recreation program. We also have over 300 leadership positions for students, so there's a lot of ways to get involved. About a third of students participate in fraternity and sorority life, and all of our performing arts groups, including theater, are open to all students regardless of major. We also have a number of big events over the course of the year, including our luau in the spring and Wild Stock, which is our big concert we hold every year for students. Linfield is a residential university, which means that we have a 3-year living on campus requirement. We have residence halls for our first year students and our second year students, and then we have apartments for our upperclassmen. So you get that kind of next step up once you're an upperclassman for sure. And then we also have a variety of meal plans for students who are living in the dorms those first 2 years. So there's something different for everyone depending on what you're looking for. Athletics are quite big at Linfield. About a third of our students participate in those. We are NCAA Division III. And then in terms of application, we're a Common App school. Most of our process is pretty standard, but the one thing I do want to note is that we've gone test-free for 2021, so we're not requiring or using SAT or ACT scores as part of the admission process. It's also totally free to apply to Linfield. And then lastly, our deadlines. We have an early action deadline coming up on November 1st, and a couple other deadlines coming up if you need more time for that application. And I'm running low on time here, so I'll stop at that and pass it on to the next presenter.
Great, thank you so much for sharing that information. We enjoyed hearing more about Linfield. All right, we will now be turning our microphone over to Portland State University. Dave?
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave Kobzina. I am the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment at Portland State University. I've been with PSU for about 15 years. During that time, I have completed my master's degree in higher education administration. I'm originally from Walnut Creek, proud graduate of Northgate High School back in 1993, so it has been quite a few years. Here at Portland State University, we are located right in the heart of downtown Portland, so we are the state's only urban institution. Really the best of both worlds. We have a great campus feel, but we also take advantage of what the city has to offer. As you can see, we have around 26,000 students altogether. That includes 21,000 undergraduates. Even of that number, there's a fair number of part-time or online students. We have nearly half of our students identify as coming from a racially diverse or racially or ethnically diverse background, excuse me. Nearly 40% of our students also identify as being first generation. But also when we talk about diversity, we look at our students' social, religious, economic backgrounds. Everything that our students bring to the table makes us a much more diverse campus as a collective whole. We do have 10 residence halls, so housing is guaranteed for incoming students, even though it is not required. If you live on campus for the first year, we can guarantee up to all 4 years. All of our first year students will have their own bathroom for just you and your roommate, so that is a nice feature. Of course, there is the cafeteria. There is a 24-hour computer lab in one of the residence halls, a couple of academic support centers. So a good way to get to know other students both socially as well as academically. We are a Division I school for athletics in the Big Sky Conference for everything except softball, which is part of the Pacific Coast Conference, if I can get that out correctly. We also have intramurals, we have club sports, and we have a great recreation center. more than 200 different clubs, very civic-minded, community service, student government, sustainability initiatives. We also have 11 different cultural and resource centers. Now, the motto of Portland State University is "Let knowledge serve this city." We really try to give back to others. Every one of our graduates will leave Portland State having done an internship, a community-based project, or both. So hands-on learning is required, which I see as a good thing because, again, we don't want you to get this piece of paper and say, what do I do now? We want you to go out and have an active role so you are in much better position to get a good job post-graduation. With academics, we have about 200 programs that you can choose from. These are our different schools and colleges. Some of the bigger majors are going to be business and engineering, along with our health sciences, psychology, and graphic design. Even alongside these schools and colleges, we have advising pathways. There are 7 of these where we group similar majors together. And as part of those, all students will have an assigned academic advisor from day one, even if you are unsure about what it is that you would like to study. We do not have any impacted programs here at Portland State, so your ability to graduate within 4 years is very doable. Our general education, we do it in 2 different ways. We have both university studies as well as our university honors college. University studies consists of 10 classes that are really designed in theme-based nature to help with critical thinking, communication skills, social responsibility, among other areas. Every student will complete a senior capstone in their final year. This is a community-based project, different than an internship, and then it's still a class, but same hands-on learning component that goes into it. The capstones can be done here in Portland. They could be done internationally. It's really dependent on what it is you are looking to do. Our University Honors College is definitely more research and writing focused, similar in nature during the first couple of years to university studies, and except that the themes that students are taking are pre-assigned. Big difference is in senior year, students will complete a thesis that is going to be a research paper that they will give at the end of their senior year. There is specific housing available to honor students. There is also scholarship money, and there are separate admissions requirements for the Honors College. Definitely encourage you to take a look at that. Admission requirements are going to be pretty straightforward. We are asking that you have a 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA, grades 9 through 12, and then our subject areas, as you can see, all with a C- or better. 4 years of English, 3 years of math with Algebra 2, 3 years of science, and 3 years of social science. Meet the GPA, meet the subject requirements, you are going to be admissible to Portland State. We are a test optional institution. You're welcome to submit the test scores, but they will have no bearing on your admission one way or the other. Or they will have a bearing if you do not have that 3.0 GPA, but they will never hurt you in any sense there. We have a PSU specific application. We are not part of the Common App, but it should take about 20 minutes. There's a $50 application fee, and then we need your official high school transcripts. We operate on rolling admissions, so there are no formal deadlines, but I'll talk about one that is specific to scholarships coming up in just a second. As you can see, the cost of attendance, the tuition here for traditional out-of-state residents is going to be about $30,000 per year. If you are receiving WUI, the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program, it is going to be around $14,000 per year. We factor additional costs for books, housing, transportation, and personal expenses. The housing and meals, if you're living on campus, it's going to be closer to around $10,000 per year. Total cost for a WUI recipient is about $30,000. Traditional out-of-state is going to be about $45,000. To qualify for WUI, you must have either a 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA, 1270 on the SAT, or a 27 composite on the ACT. If you have one of those, you will get WUI for all 4 years. It is not a competitive application, and there are no major requirements to it. The deadline to apply for admission so as to be considered for WUI is June 15th, and then you must submit your final high school transcripts by August 1st. If you do not qualify for WUI, you will be eligible for the Out-of-State Opportunity Scholarship, which, as you can see, is good for up to $10,000 per year. Minimum GPA is a 2.5, although the majority of students who receive it are in the 2.8, 2.9 GPA range. That is it for the formal part of my presentation. If you'd like to reach out to me, my email address, which I can put in the Q&A, is admissions.dave@pdx.edu. So thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Dave. We really appreciate that. I just want to give a reminder to all of our attendees today. We have a great crowd for this event. To utilize the Q&A function, you can ask questions specifically to one of the representatives about their school or you can ask a more general question if it's something you'd like to have answered by all of the recipients, and we can cover that at the end of the event. And recipients will, the presenters will be able to answer questions back to you that you place in the Q&A. So please feel free to click that Q&A button and ask away. Everyone's excited to share information with you. All right, so our next presenter this evening is going to be Southern Oregon University. So Jimmy, you can take it away.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Jimmy Martin and I am an admissions counselor for Southern Oregon University. So a little bit about Southern Oregon University. We are a medium-sized institution located in 15 minutes up north from the California-Oregon border, about 5.5 hours away from the Mount Diablo. We have just under 6,000 students here at SOU this year with the average ratio. Your average class size, you're looking at around that same number, about 22 students a class. Very comfortable sized classroom settings. Alumni here, I can definitely attest that it's a very comfortable institution here. Really easy to connect not just with your classmates, but with your professors as well. And your professors, in my opinion, they're one of our strongest parts about our school is that they really do care about the students here, and they will take the time and effort to make sure that you are a successful student. Whether that be help with your classes or you just need guidance on, starting down your career path, whatever it is that you need, they're going to be there for you, which I think was an extremely important part about my experience here at SOU. Some distinctions about us: we are one of the original bee campuses in the country, meaning that we understand the importance of the honeybee population, and we do take efforts in sustaining that population. We have campus where you can see signs like, hey, just so you know, there's bees here, they're not going to hurt you. We're merely just trying to preserve that. Campus in the country. We also have a farm where we grow our own produce that's run by our staff and students that you can work for. You can actually buy produce here on campus. If you don't want to go to the grocery store, you can just buy it on campus. We are one of the top 25 LGBT friendly campuses in the country, as well as one of the top 50 best disability friendly colleges in the country. We've been pretty consistently ranked as one of the top 10 finalists for the best small town in America. And one that I didn't put on my slide here is that Movie Maker magazine has consistently been ranking Ashland, Oregon as the #1 small town in the country to live and learn to be a filmmaker. And we do have a digital cinematography program. So if you're interested in being a filmmaker, this could be a great opportunity for you to be here in Southern Oregon. Or on the academic side, we have 38 different majors here at SOU with over 100 different areas. Our top 5 most popular programs are business, education, psychology, criminal justice, and communication. Other notable programs, we do have a nursing program run through OHSU. So like a lot of other similar programs, you can do prereqs here at SOU, and you can continue to follow that nursing program on campus here at SOU or go to another institution. We have a really solid theater program. The performing arts is a very big part of the culture, not just of the campus, but of the whole city itself. We have the Oregon Shakespeare Festival here in Ashland, which brings in people from all around the world for that festival every year. So while we are a little bit of a smaller town with only about 25,000 population, it is a very vibrant and lively town, which I found just so appealing. There's so much going on for a little bit of a smaller community. So there's a really good connection, not just with the school, but with the entire community of Ashland, Oregon. Other great programs is our STEM programs in biology, chemistry, biochemistry, and environmental science. The students interested in getting into medical schools, we do a great job of getting students ready for pursuing that next step. We have over 80% of our students who do get into the medical schools of their choice when they do go through our STEM programs. And I had already mentioned it, but our digital cinematography program, it is one of our newest majors and already has gained so much traction. It is very popular amongst our students already. So if you're interested in any of those programs, this could be an option for you. In regards to student life, the easiest way to get involved, I always tell people, it's by checking out our clubs and organizations. We have over 100 different clubs, our most popular ones being our multicultural club, our Latino student union, our Black student union, our Native American club, or Hawaii club. These are some of our most popular programs that are completely optional. You're not required to participate, but it is just a great way to get out and explore and learn about different things that you're interested in. If you're into sports, this is very much an athletically competitive school. We are in the NAIA, comparable to a D3 type of school. But we do find a lot of success. Our football team won the first national championship in 2014. Our women's softball team won their first title a couple years back. We've had plenty of individual champions within track, cross country, and wrestling. And you do see a lot of support for our sports, not just from students, but from the whole community. So you will see a lot of major sporting events that are always packed with fans. So it's very, very lively here. And actually, one other thing I will mention in terms of housing. So you are required as a first-year student to live on campus after your first year. It's completely up to you. We do have options for upperclassmen to live on campus. You do also get a slight discount in housing if you. When it comes to affordability, all California residents do automatically receive WUI.
Excuse me, Jimmy. I just wanted to let you know your sound was going in and out. So I just wanted to let you know in case you wanted to be closer to the microphone or to make sure we can hear you. Thank you.
So all California residents will automatically receive our WUI tuition rate, which comes out to just over $15,000 a year. No extra application, no GPA requirements. You will receive it no matter what. And then on top of room and board comes out to just about $14,000 on average for the year as well. You can also receive merit-based scholarships if you do meet the minimum GPA requirements as California residents. So you would automatically receive those as well. For our admissions requirements, our minimum GPA is a 2.5. Our average incoming GPA for freshmen is about a 3.3. We are also fully test optional from here on out starting this year. And I am just about out of time, so I will just leave my contact information here. Thank you all so much. If you have any questions, feel free to put those in.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. We really enjoyed learning more about Southern Oregon. All right, up next, you'll have Western Oregon University.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. So hi, my name is Itzel Venegas Trujillo. I'm an admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. Western Oregon University is located in a small town called Monmouth, Oregon, in the heart of the Willamette Valley. We're a public mid-sized university. We have around 5,000 students, including graduate students, making our average classes around 19 to 22, and our student to faculty ratio about 15 to 1. So you get a lot of that one-on-one attention, which is really nice. Our admissions requirements are pretty simple. We're looking for first-year students to have a minimum of a 3.0 GPA, have completed or will complete 4 years of English, 3 years of math, including Algebra 2, 3 years of science, 3 years of social science, and 2 years of the same second language with a C- or better. As long as you meet these requirements, we do not need ACT, SAT scores, so we are test optional. Take note that past grades will be accepted for students to meet our requirements for this year's high school graduates. If you're thinking of transferring over after going to a community college, we're looking for a transfer student to have at least a 2.25 cumulative GPA with 36 transferable quarter credits or 24 semester credits. From those classes, we need a C- or better in a college level writing class and a college level math class. In order to process your application, we need you to complete 3 steps. So the first one is we need you to submit our own WU online application, pay an application fee of $60. However, if you cannot afford it, that's okay, just let us know. And official transcripts from your high school or every college and your university you have attended. We're on rolling admissions, meaning that we don't have a deadline to apply. However, our priority soft deadline is February 1st for scholarship purposes. Please note that if you do not meet our minimum requirements, that's okay. We're willing to work with you one-on-one through the process and may ask for additional documents to complete your admissions application. So one of the main questions we receive from students is, can I afford to go to Western Oregon? And our simple answer is yes, you can. More than 78% of our students receive some form of financial aid. Along with that, we also offer a reduced out-of-state tuition rate for students from California, which is what we call the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. For those of you who do not know, Western Oregon University is part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. It's what we call the WUI. This program allows us to automatically give all students from Western states a reduced out-of-state tuition rate. The tuition and fees for students who reside in a WUI state is projected to be around $14,000 a year. Since WUI tuition is based for us off your residency status, any and all major and minor programs are eligible for this program, for this tuition reduction. More good news, WU also allows you to stack on all your school funds with your WUI tuition rates, so you're not missing out on any money going towards college. So any merit-based scholarships, athletic-based, anything like that. Please take note that all California students will receive the WUI rate automatically. Now on to what to study at WU. Here at Western Oregon University, we offer several bachelor's degrees. We have a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and a Bachelor of Fine Arts, with over 50 majors and minors to choose from within our College of Education, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and pre-professional studies. Students are able to find their passions to achieve academic success. Notable programs include business, criminal justice, psychology, teaching education, computer science, exercise science, biology, pre-nursing, as well as American Sign Language and English interpreting. Another big topic here is housing. We have several types of housing for first-year students, which includes double, single, suite style, and live-learn communities. For first-year students, we do have a one-year live-in requirement. So as a result, we provide 4 residence halls primarily designed for first-year living experience, with residential assistants equipped to help students through their first year at Western, which include Ackerman Hall, Heritage Hall, Landers Hall, and Barnum's Hall. Along with that, we offer a lot of opportunities to stay active, stay involved, and receive a lot of student support. Here at WU, we have NCAA Division II athletics. We offer 6 women's sports as well as 5 men's sports. We do provide partial athletic scholarships, and if you're interested, let us know and we can point you in the right direction. Along with our sports, we have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus for students to learn leadership skills and pursue their passions. WU students are involved in many organizations, including social action clubs, LGBTQ groups, cultural-based organizations, creative arts groups, and so much more. From that, we at Western Oregon University strive to offer many services in which students can reach academic success. You need help with classwork, academic advice, or looking for career advice, then we have you covered. Our academic advisors within Student Success and Advising Center are equipped to help advise students in exploring different majors and choosing the best fit for them. We provide free academic tutoring within many areas, including computer science, math, science, writing, and so much more. We also have peer advising and coaching for any student interested in improving their leadership skills. For those students who seek career advice apart from their faculty and academic advisors, you can find assistance through the Service Learning and Career Development Center. In addition to career counseling, resume and cover letter reviews, help with graduate school applications, and many other services, we support programs that give students hands-on experience, like those of community internship programs, on-campus jobs, and alternative break programs. In a nutshell, here at Western Oregon University, we pride ourselves in being inclusive, accessible, and affordable, committed to student success and their well-being. Because we're a small university, many students have the opportunity to participate in many different aspects of campus. We make it our mission to help students feel comfortable here, whether they're commuting to school, living on our campus, or are from out of state. Our students are encouraged to be their own individual while also helping the campus community as a whole, committed to their academics and their personal health. As you can see, here's my contact information in case you would like to contact me afterwards to talk about how WU can help you with your journey to higher education. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing. Our next university will be the University of Oregon. Loretta, if you can unmute, that would be great, but we can see your presentation.
You would think I would have this down by now. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Loretta Klosterman, and I am a regional admissions counselor with the University of Oregon. So I'm actually based out here in Northern California. My colleague Ruth is with me tonight. So if you do put questions in the Q&A, she may respond to you. And I just want to let you know that she is with the University of Oregon. So the University of Oregon is located in the city of Eugene. We are 2 hours south of Portland and 3.5 hours away from the California border. We are the second largest city in the state of Oregon. And just like anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, we are an incredible area for outdoor recreation. The city itself offers hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails, but also access to the Mackenzie and the Willamette rivers. So there's water sports literally minutes from the university. But we are at equidistance between the Cascade Mountains and the Oregon coastline. And our students definitely take full advantage of the ability to go to the beach or even go snowboarding and skiing in the winter. Eugene really is that quintessential college town and college environment, very similar to a San Luis Obispo or a Davis, where there is this immense sense of pride that UO's home is Eugene. Eugene is consistently ranked one of the top most sustainable cities in the nation, as well as being bike friendly. And many of our students do bike, as well as our community members, and all students have access to public transportation for free. So it does make it very, very easy for students not only to get around our campus, but also the ability to go on a Target run or go to the grocery store as well. We are a mid-sized campus, so our undergraduate population is just shy of 19,000 students, and our total enrollment is about 23,000. So we really do focus on the undergraduate education. So as I start talking more about what the U of O offers, keep in mind that's for you as an undergraduate student to take advantage of. We do have students from all 50 states as well as 101 different countries, and we are a very eclectic and diverse university. And in my opinion, that really enhances that college experience where you have the ability to live and learn truly from others of other walks of life and other backgrounds. We are a Tier 1 research university and part of the AAU, the Association of American Universities, and we're one of 2 institutions in the Pacific Northwest to be a member of the AAU. And as a member, we are being recognized for excellence in academic research as well as education. 75% of our undergraduates are involved in some form of education, education and research, and this could be partnering with a professor, even doing your own independent research. So regardless of what you study at the U of O, if you have that interest in research, you definitely can take advantage of it. We offer over 240 different academic programs, and none of our majors are impacted. So it is very easy for students to change their major and also graduate in 4 years. And you're not required to know your major when you do attend the University of Oregon. In fact, 1/3 of our students at the U of O start at the U of O undecided. So we really encourage that exploration to find out what you are passionate about. Some of the programs that we are most known for include business, marine biology, environmental science, human physiology, journalism, education, just to name a few, but looking at your screen, there's definitely a lot of options. We really do want our students to get that outside of the classroom experience. And research is one way, but study abroad is another way. We do offer over 300 study abroad programs in 80 different countries. So we really do have ducks in all corners of the globe. Not only can our students have very traditional immersion style programs, we do have some unique experiences like international internships, where students can gain a work experience while having an international experience at the same time. We even have a pre-freshman study abroad opportunity where our incoming students can study abroad at the U of O before they even move into their residential hall. And there is no doubt that the U of O has a huge sense of pride. We bleed green and gold at the University of Oregon. We do have over 300 clubs and organizations, so it really shows you that our students are really invested and connected within our campus life and our campus culture. We are also home to Division I sports. We compete in the Pac-12 Athletic Conference. We do compete against some California schools like Berkeley as well as UCLA. We are known for sports like football and basketball, but we are most famously known for track and field. We are the birthplace of Nike, and our nickname is actually Tracktown USA. Now, housing on campus is required for all of our first-year students. We really want you to be able to establish that sense of community and find your place at the U of O. You can choose to live in an academic residential facility, which is a kind of living learning community where you're able to live with others who have similar interests and similar passions. All of our academic residential communities do have a faculty advisor, so there is built-in professor mentorship, and there will be one class associated with the theme of the ARC that you do live in. Now, talking a little bit about the application process, we do a holistic evaluation, and the application is open. You can apply at any time. There's no minimum GPA. We really want to get to know you as a student. So we are going to review you as a student with your academics, but we want to get to know you as an individual. So we will consider a wide variety of different things. We are test optional this year. and forevermore. So students no longer have to submit SAT or ACT test scores to be eligible for admission. However, if you have taken the SAT or the ACT and you wish to share those with us, please send them our way and we'll gladly consider them as part of our review. Students can apply through the Common Application, the Coalition Application, or the Oregon app. We have no preference how you want to apply, but these are some of the deadlines to be aware of. Lastly, I will add that we do have the Oregon Guarantee, which is fixed tuition. That means the cost of your tuition will not rise through the completion of your degree or up to 5 years of education. Thank you so much.
Okay, hello. We will now hear from the University of Portland. Looks all good, Martin.
Hi, my name is Martin Williams. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at the University of Portland. I am the Bay Area rep. I am also, like David over at PSU, a recovering Californian. You are my people. I do use the pronouns he, him, and his. And having problems with the slide. All right. Let me try this way. And there we go. Now I'm on the ball. All right. So UP is a small private Catholic liberal arts teaching university. We are the only Catholic institution in the state of Oregon. So unlike the state of California, where there are a dime a dozen, we are the only game in town affiliated with the Catholic faith in higher education. We believe in that very strong, quintessential liberal arts education. And what that means to me is we want you to be more than a major. I like to use the quote of Mark Twain, don't let school interfere with your education. We want you well-rounded, well-read, well-spoken. We want you to come away from this experience more intelligent. Studies are showing that students are graduating college no more intelligent than when they graduated high school. We want you to be intellectually curious. This is why so many of our students will change majors, add minors, study abroad, try to double major. As a Catholic institution, we want our students to have a strong sense of ethical and moral responsibility to that world that you will be entering into. What's important to understand about this philosophy is how it prepares you for life. The average Gen Z person will change jobs 10 times before the age of 40. 7 of those could be career changes. What you study in college may not be what you do for the rest of your life. We offer a small school setting, so we're going to be more similar to a St. Mary's College than, let's say, a Cal State East Bay. In small school setting means individual attention with small class sizes. You do not get placed in any huge auditorium classrooms at UP. We have a student-faculty ratio of 11:1, and every student will have an advisor from the get-go, an advisor to talk to students about graduation requirements, about how to get out in 4 years, because we don't want you here longer than 4 years, and neither do your parents. But also someone a student can talk to about being undecided, about switching majors, about adding a major and study abroad, still getting out in 4 years. So we will cater to the individual. All of our programs are 4-year programs, so we do not expect you to stay here any longer than that. As a teaching university, every single one of our lecture classes are taught by professors. When we hire professors, we mandate that they not only teach their own courses, but they also have office hours so they can meet with students on a regular basis to answer questions, clarify material, give them advice, and help them with their discipline. We have 5 different colleges to choose from, your traditional arts and sciences, as well as professional schools in business, education, nursing, and engineering. All of our programs are direct entry. You never have to worry about reapplying. The only issue you have to keep in mind is you got to keep up on your grades. So even our School of Nursing is direct entry. Once you have a spot in that program, you have a guaranteed spot all 4 years. The advising is the key to the education at UP. So every student does get an advisor right from the get-go to talk about goals and inspirations and professional aspirations as well, within and without the university. So our advisors are great at providing students with good guidance and professional opportunities. And there are two reasons why the professional opportunities are so available. Number one, the great city of Portland, Oregon. It is one of the most thriving cities you're going to see in the country right now, with corporations like Nike and Adidas and all the accounting firms and the great engineering firms, high-tech firms, so on and so forth. Our students can gain these experiences before they graduate. So School of Business, required to have an internship. School of Engineering, expected to have an internship. If you're a bio major or a psych major, you can do research, not only off campus, but on campus, because we do not have graduate students in these subject areas. So the professors will ask their undergraduate students to help them out. This is a chance for our students to get published, a chance for our students to look really good in the graduate school application. We offer advising programs for those students interested in grad schools like medicine, physical therapy, law, occupational therapy, dentistry, so on and so forth. And just to give you some perspective, we had 14 graduates over the last 3 years who have scored in the 95th percentile on the MCATs over the last 3 years. This is where I think UP will stand out against these other great, fantastic schools that you look at. This is the picture of the campus. So you can see that we are not urban. We are not right smack in the middle of downtown Portland. We like being in the great city of Portland, but not being consumed by it. So we are a very residential campus, and that has a couple components to it. First of all, we are in the residential neighborhood of North Portland, nestled along the Willamette River. So you don't have to worry about dodging traffic to get to class. You don't have to worry about people meandering through the campus who don't belong. We actually have more students from California right now than any other state. 30% of our freshman class, our first year student class, is from California. The East Bay is very well represented. We do require our first year students to live on campus, and if you wanted to stay on campus all 4 years, you are welcome to do that. It's this campus environment, this sense of community, that really sets the experience apart from these other great schools that you are looking at. So hopefully you can come and get a chance to apply. All right, I'm running out of time. So let me just state that we would want you to apply before November 15th with either application, Common App or our own application. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Martin. We really appreciate it. So before we get to our final, we did have a question for the group as a whole, and everyone has about, I know it's hard to answer, maybe about 15 seconds or so, but quickly, the question was to all the different colleges about COVID affecting classes and student life, and if classes are virtual, is tuition still the same right now?
I can start with the U of O. So majority of our classes are virtual for the fall term. There's some very few classes that do need to be in person. They're more like labs and studio arts where students do need the facilities and the equipment space. But there's been no change to the cost of tuition. And with student life and things like that, we're hoping to be as active as possible with all the social distancing and different regulations in place. So it will definitely look a little bit different, but still hoping to be just as active.
I think you're going to find that Oregon has the same mandates as California right now. And so pretty much every school is going to be virtual. And to answer the second part of the question, UP is not changing rates on tuition right now.
Linfield's actually in person right now. We're in a pretty small town out here in Yamhill County, so
I stand corrected. My apologies.
Yeah, so we're in person, but again, mask mandate, social distancing, and a lot of professors have opted to do kind of a hybrid teaching model. So some classes are kind of half and half in person and then online as well.
At Portland State, sorry, Jimmy. Portland State is primarily virtual as well. We pretty much echo everything that the University of Oregon is doing. Housing is open for students who choose to live on campus, but many of our students have chosen to stay at home.
Southern Oregon, just about the same way. We do have students living on campus, but they're not required. If we did have students that were already signed up for housing, they were able to opt out of that contract if they wanted to do so to feel safer.
Same with Western Oregon. 95% of our classes are remote learning experience, and tuition has stayed the same. We do have students living on campus, but they're all, doing everything like doing COVID-19 restrictions to risk the spread of it. And the only difference in tuition is instead of paying in-person class fees, they're paying online class fees. But that's about it. It's very, very similar to other universities.
Thank you. That is such an important question this season. So thank you all so much for addressing that. We really appreciate that. So as we're getting here to the end, I'm sharing our final slide for the night. And first, I just want to say thank you to all of our presenters for coming and sharing about their wonderful institutions, and all of our attendees for taking time out of your evening to share it with us. We hope you learned a lot and are excited to learn more about these fantastic, fantastic schools. When you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, and we hope that you'll sign up for additional sessions to learn about other institutions and programming. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings posted. So thank you again, everyone, for your time this evening. Have a wonderful day and good night.